Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Soulstorm casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today I've got a 4 versus 4 on Kia Harad. Playing on the Necron team, we've got Jazamo, we've got AG91, we've got Julius Caesar, and we have got the Blast Furnace. And on the Space Marine team, we've got the Milky Way, we've got the Kez 1998, God imagine being that young, we've got Main Boy, and we have got Buy This. So this is quite exciting. It's been a while since we've done a Soulstorm game. I mean, I think it's been about maybe 2 weeks now. Really need to start doing some more of these. But speaking of the upload schedule, I will open up with a little bit of announcement in the... Well, it's not so much an announcement, but I'm essentially going back to my old upload schedule. If you're a long-time viewer of the channel, you will remember that way back when, in the distant past, I used to only upload on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. I'm thinking of going back to that, purely because I've been looking at the Kill Team Battlecast video scripts that I've had written up for the past, week or so. Just been staring at it, not really actually recording it, and it's like, ooh, I don't have time to record it because I'm doing daily uploads. So I'm going to peel back the daily uploads a little bit for a small time and experiment with some different kinds of content. I've got, like I said, the Kill Team Battlecast on the way in. I've also got some Warhammer Plus essay videos that I'm planning on doing very soon. So yeah, but don't worry, the Dawn of War is still going to be here. It's still going to be the mainstay of the channel. Speaking of mainstay, I mean, this map is blaming huge. Loads of open spaces for lots of battles to happen. Massive mounds of negative cover, of which of course the Necrons will not be having to deal with at all, because they don't mind getting their feet wet. They're totally fine with that. But yeah, not much really to speak of in the first opening parts of this game. I imagine in the earlier stages of the game, the Necrons aren't going to be too aggressive. Just going to move some Necron warriors out and about just over Ganders. Going to see some sniper training for the Space Marines, or the Scouts, shall we say. Going for triple Scouts, actually. So I imagine the sniper play is what they're going to primarily focus on. Might be quite good, actually, taking down these Builder Scarabs, should they be able to sneak in. Got some Space Marines from the Kez. Moving forward, beautiful green. A green to rival the thrumming energies of the Necrons. Will be chasing away these Builder Scabs from the relic over here. Necron warriors will catch a glimpse of them. Probably see if they can beat them up and show them who's boss. We do have... What decal have you got on your shoulder pads? Oh, it's the Sad Guardsman meme. Okay. Or is it a Wurjak? Can't remember what they're called, but yep. Got a Force Commander as well for Milky Way coming along. Builder Scabs trying to capture Relic underneath suppressive heavy bolt of fire, or just regular bolt of fire, sorry. But won't be able to do it. Second squad of Necrons on the way. In fact, got quadruple manoeuvring over into the side, converging in the middle. But yeah, I imagine that the Space Marines will have a strong opening and a strong mid-game. Necrons will probably have the advantage in the later games when they're able to maneuver around with their Necron monoliths.
Scouts ready.
But we will have to see how that goes. Sniper fire and heavy bolter fire. These aren't heavy bolters, these are just regular bolters, Mr. Landshark. Stop getting your hopes up.
Yes, my lord.
Yeah, these guys are going to be smashing around that obelisk. A big green blasty blast comes down and knocks these guys on the backside, allowing the Necrons to move a little bit forward, but just a sheer amount of sniper fire coming in, reducing the morale of these Necron warriors. A Lord is going to teleport straight in. Some more Necrons on the northern side going to be sneaking around, trying to get a good angle at the Scouts. Managing to kill the sniper there, that's quite a good stuff to happen. Space Marines holding the line as best they can. Necrons now amassing in number. And that negative cover is going to come into play should the Space Marines spread out a bit. This relic over here having a listing post being popped on top. Whether the layered fire of the snipers and the Space Marines can hold these Necrons back, it is unsure. Necron Lord pummeling and skewing a lad on the end of his Staff of Light, ending his life. Servitor being focused out on. Space Marines will fall back from that position. Over on this side, Space Marines having a little bit better of luck. But now double Necron Lord coming out on a wonderful color scheme from the Blast Furnace. Let's have a look at him. Like a light green, a little bit of pink on the rim. Very tasty stuff. We'll teleport away. Far too many Space Marines at the moment to deal with, but we do have a good chunk of Necron warriors now amassing. Why bother building anything else when you can just get your old Skelly boys involved? And I said earlier on that the Space Marines will have the advantage in the early game, but it actually seems like just by sheer brute force of numbers, Necron warriors are taking their toll on the Adeptus Astartes. The combined arms of the Lord to tie up them in close combat. Oh, I've also got some flayed ones as well. That's nice. Addition. Reducing the morale of the Space Marines once they get into combat. Force Commander over here, very low on health. What's going on in the base at the moment? I imagine someone's probably thinking of some kind of... There we go, a machine cult over there. Now, whether they go for Dreadnoughts or Land Speeders, I imagine Land Speeders would probably be the way forward. Are the Necrons going into their tier 2s at the moment? They are currently quite chill, sticking around in their tier 1, which they might regret once the Space Marines start bringing out the bigger guns. Listing post over here, defenseless as the John Cena beam comes down. Force Commander, he's got his plasma pistol out. And this Necron Lord over here, not looking too fancy. Flayed ones, in fact, double flayed ones teleporting in. Dragging themselves with bloody claw. A triple Jesus, this is from Julius Caesar and Blast Furnace. Bringing out the masses. Space Marines over here. Very low on health. But the plasma guns are now coming out finally. That will really cause the Necrons some serious issues. Phase shifter on these flayed ones. Just like a draw in the fire. As these Necrons move forward to support. Over on this side, Necrons from AG91. Now gone for their disruption field, so a lot stronger now at ranged combat. Space Marines with their shiny little shoulder pads. Very pretty, aesthetically pleasing, some would say. But not much going for them at the moment. We'll need some assistance from some allies. Potentially got some more plasma guns for Main Boy going on. Necron Warriors just manoeuvring away. Jazimo looking to see if he could perk into the base, but not quite. Will be stopped by these Space Marines. Over on this side, just too many Necrons. Destroying Milky Way's Chapel Barracks. But the heavy bolters are opening fire. Plasma guns and Space Marines and captains, or sergeants shall we say, all lining up to get as much damage as they can do, and these Necrons are going to teleport somewhere else. Probably back home. Seeing the writing on the wall as the land speeder comes in. Don't want to lose too much in the way of units here. They've done their damage. Time to go back home. Be a family man. Or a family Necron. And Space Marines now reasserting themselves on the battlefield. Just the sheer amount of plasma fire going on here. Yeah, the Necrons not going to be doing all that well in this engagement. Not until they at least get their disruption fields level 2 out. Going to need some wily microing from the Necron Lord. There we go, John Cena beam coming down. But do the Necrons have the numbers to continue this assault? Land Speed is also going to come in. And the Necrons, no matter how fast that they run, it will be constantly being engaged by these Land Speeders. Like I've said before on the channel, running away from a firefight, it's quite the pain, considering that you can't fire backwards unless you're a Seraphim. And these clanky metal dudes certainly are not. Space Marines now using their rhinos to adapt and maneuver their fighting force around. Chaplain joining these lads over here. But the Necrons down here really doing the business on by Nis. Ghost have also been placed up. Space Marines are going to have to come in as a last-ditch help to see if they can save their comrade. Heavy bolters. And... oh, no, just heavy bolters. Necrons will teleport out of here. Getting out of dodge. So while that Space Marines are now in quite a powerful position, they are one player down more or less, at least for the foreseeable future. Got some mortals in the ranks, tier 2 now I imagine for all of the Necron boys. There we go. Looking at the economies, we have got 90 and 75% build speed, 76 and 90, 45 and 60, and 76 and 90 compared to 105 and 40, 30 and 80 and 30, 86 and 40, and 56 and 10. So that is, do with that information what you wilt. But I can never quite tell, comparing Necron economies to regular mortal economies, if that makes any sense. God, where's my camera going? Flayed ones crawling out the back. Space Marines are going to have to fall back just a few meters or so before turning their attention to this Necron Lord. Necron Lord is going to be stricken down, but not before he gets a John Cena beam off.
4 minutes.
Giving these Necrons a little bit of space to maneuver. Destroyer coming out. The Destroyer will be able to resist these plasma guns. But the Space Marines, once they lose a couple of their own plasma guns, they will be able to swap over to missile launchers, so not too worried about that, especially with the sheer amount of the Adeptus Astartes on the field at the moment. One squad of Necron Warriors looking like it's going to go down. Oh no, never mind, he's going to live to fight another day. That's good, that's happy. That's a nice time for him. Oh, we've got a Chroma Matroni Madoodad on the Blast Furnace Necron Lord. Able to slow down Space Marines, so if he's able to jump on top of them, throw down John C. Beam and the slow down thingamajiggy, then that's quite good. They'll be able to stay in that beam's range for a little bit longer. Nice little bit of synergy right there.
3 minutes until
3 minutes until take and hold, and that is for the Necrons, so Space Marines will have to decap something, but they are on it now. Do you believe that there's only one critical location on this map? Just double checking, they'll be in the centre, I'm sure. Yep, only one critical location, so he who controls the centre does control the world. Assault Marines being used nicely, gonna force these Necrons to teleport back, and that teleport is quite a long cooldown as well. So now that, who are you? Now that Blast Furnace knows that Milky Way has got some Assault Marines just ready to jump in, he can't exactly commit all that much to a frontal assault, not until those Assault Marines are taken care of. Grey Knight's gonna come over and stab up this Necron Lord good and proper. Got some pariahs moving in, as well as a Ghost turret with its upgrade firing over their shoulders. Heavy Destroyer, not caring one iota, he's just going to move straight in, punch these guys in close combat. What an absolute hero. Over on this side, bit of a different story. Space Marines now really ramping up their assault. Got the Destroyers still around, but just are they able to really beat back the sheer amount going on here? Space Marines over here with quadruple missile launchers, bringing down this Destroyer quite quickly. Rhino over in the distance gets taken down. Got some Land Speeder Tempests as well. Bill the Scarabs shot down. Necron Lord going to throw down. Oh, we are going to go for a Resurrection Orb, bringing back some Immortals. Might be more useful to use it over here where there's more dead bodies, but just anything to make the Space Marines think twice before pushing any further. John Cena beam right there. And the Necrons over here having a lot more luck, to be fair. Pink Pariahs causing these Space Marines with their commander in there a little bit of an issue. Got a Librarian with these Grey Knights. Throwing down a smite potentially. Or if he's not, he's already done it. But yeah, against the mass of Necron Warriors, that is quite a useful ability to have in the back pocket. Necron Lord being focused down will fall back a little bit. Pariah's gonna maneuver backwards as some more flayed ones come out from the depths of the planet. It's all about the positioning in this. Space Marines need to stand still and open fire, as Necrons can't really beat them in ranged combat at this present moment in time. At least maybe on the north side they can. On the south side they're certainly not having the same kind of luck. Lots of Immortals. Not much in the way of anti-infantry stuff. We do have a lot of Wraiths coming down from AG-91. And if anything is going to tie these guys up, it's going to be Wraiths. Wonderful use of a flanking force. Able to get into those nooks and crannies with their phase shift ability to not cut down too quickly. Over on this side, Necrons are pushing into the Space Marine base fairly forcefully, has to be said. Not taking any prisoners. The Milky Way is once again facing some issues. Machine Cull on the way. And what would be the most ideal thing for him to go? Well, I suppose anything really at this point. As the Chapel Barracks goes down, over here Space Marines have been pushed back quite successfully. Grey Knights long charging in. Knocking those pariahs backwards. Do have some assistance from these lads. Force Commander and Librarian feeling the pain. And the pariahs have left them. Guys are going to teleport away as they see that manoeuvring force coming around on the backside. Pariahs, I don't think have a teleport ability. So they're unable to escape. This is where they stand. And this is where they fall. Necron Lord getting a good Chromatron in there. But will be forced to retreat himself as the Space Marines mop up this offensive Necron force. Oh, we've got a Shroud of... Is it Nightmare Shroud? The whatever Shroud ability that Necron Lord has. Able to cloak dudes and dudettes near him. We're seeing all the abilities today, aren't we? That's nice. More beams coming down a solar flare. For those who care. Space Marine's been pushed all the way back into their base. Quite resoundingly. So it's quite back and forth at the moment. Really? I mean, the Space Marines down the south looked like they were on the cusp of victory. Same with the Necrons on the north. It all turns around. Soul Marines doing what they do best. Getting up in there, but some pariahs will certainly give them pause for thought. Now going to retreat. They have killed a Obelisk. Going to go for a cheeky decap before jumping back out, I imagine. Pariahs getting a good few slurs on them there. Need to be very careful. Don't want your whole squad slowed down too much by the sweeping blades of the pariahs. Guys over here are going to fall back. Unseen, unheard of. Necron Lord wanting to tussle a little bit longer. That's one thing to take into consideration as well, is that the Necron Lord, as the Necron monoliths go up in tier, their health does increase. So he's a lot more tanky than he used to be. Aging like a fine wine. Space Marine's now going to cross over. And a cheeky GG being thrown out. Oh, sorry, speaking of games crashing, my game also crashed. Maybe there's something lost in the system. A bug in the thingamadoodads. But we shall continue all the same. Triple land speeders coming round on the side. Focusing down this destroyer. Also got some Terminators in the mix. Double Space Marines in their Rhino. It's like a clown car almost. How do you fit that many Space Marines in that Rhino? The Necron Warriors flanking that monolith. Quite an intimidating sight to be seen. Yeah, who was that who died? It was a Space Marine player over here. It's quite a shame. Grey Knights over here being locked into stasis by the Lord Destroyer. And a whole smorgasbord of Space Marines manoeuvring around on the flanks. Orbital bombardment coming down on the Restore monolith. I'm going to do amazing damage to it. Oh, we've got some attack scabs. That's cool. Don't normally see those boys. Ready to take on any Landspeeder Tempests. So here we go. More engagements going on. Storm Monolith teleporting away. Space Marines holding on quite nicely. Terminators in the front lines. battering people down with their thunder hammers. The Restore Monolith firing away into the middle of the Space Marine formation. Solar Pulse, or Solar Flare, whatever you call it. Completely forgot the name of the original ability. Prevents these Space Marines from supporting the Assault Terminators. The commander shouts no retreat, no surrender as he is retreating back into a more favourable position. Lots of explosions. The attack Scarabs not really able to attack anything now, but it's just nice to see them. Over on this side, I do believe that they must have some sort of gentleman's agreement that not to attack down this way. But considering the downer player, they're doing alright. Now got this narrow choke point, which the Necrons are struggling to get through. And they are attack. Who's attack? Oh, there's a Dreadnought in here. Giving that Tomb Spider a big old uppercut. Slapping around these Builder Scarabs. And the Destroyer leading the charge in. But good lord, this Monolith has no chill. Oh, I love the aesthetics of the attack Scarabs floating over the battlefield. Predator trying to get some shots in, but being blinded by the light. Terminators on the backside. Looking to see if they can add to the fire. Necrolord is just incorrigible. He's not dying anytime soon. Flayed one's around the backside. Got a whirlwind in there as well. Just for funsies.
Area secured.
Taking damage.
The Space Marines are doing a quite a nice controlled retreat here. Every time that Necrons get a little bit forward. Oh, and there we go. That was their plan all along. To draw them into this narrow place and then explode it. That was lovely. Lovely little effect there. Oh, and they're going for some more. Why not? Yep, Necrons thought they could move in forward, but nope. This is not a passable piece of terrain. I'm looking to see if they can maybe go around the other side. Necron Monolith coming on this side as well. And this is going to be much like the Spartans at the gates of whatever you call that place. Thermopylae, was it? Either way, Space Marines can hold this place, but a secret passage down here would allow the Necrons a lot of issues, but the honour is being withheld here. Or upheld, sorry. Space Marines once again been locked in stasis. More beams coming down. Heavy destroyers. Not really got any targets at the moment. This is just a pure superhuman front line. Now got a second monolith coming in. And if one monolith was bad enough, a second one won't do them any favours. Necron Warriors barely able to even get within 5 feet of this choke point here.
6 minutes.
And the Restore Monolith is going to teleport somewhere. Where are you going? You are going somewhere. Oh, you're teleporting away. Fair enough. Seeing an opportunity now, they've decided gentleman's agreement is over. The Deceiver, known for his wily, tricksy ways, are coming on down here. Deceiver over here as well. Forcing these Space Marines to maneuver away. I do believe that is going to be a fake monolith. You fake? Yep, fake monolith. And even though these Space Marines probably know it's a fake monolith, does a good job at drawing fire. At the very least being a big nuisance. More's coming on down here. One scout being ripped apart. Molecule by molecule.
5 minutes.
Assault Terminator still up here,
Hold victory.
but will be slain by the pariahs. One last one remaining before he goes down. And the Deceiver throwing down lots of green goopy stuff before turning back again into the Necron Lord. Morale being depleted. He's going to continue. Been shot apart. But it's just pure Necron Lord action at the moment. They don't need to do all that much, because they could just leave these Immortals around on this side to start assaulting everything. Over on this side, we do have Venus looking to defend himself against Tomb Spider and Pariahs. And this is just an unhappy situation now. Lots of Necron shenanigans slowly lumbering over onto his side. Also got that taken hold victory to take into consideration as well. And oh dear, these Space Marines being tricked by the fake monolith. Ooh, that's quite a sparkly one. Very sparkly, I like that. Yeah, focus firing it down. Before then turning its attention to the Deceiver, but the Deceiver does take no damage. Necrons continuing their conga line down into Space Marines base. Triple heavy destroyers. Those dreadnoughts did not stand a chance. Tomb Spider's gone down there. That's quite good. And one player has been defeated. The GGs are being thrown out once again. And yeah, it was a shame that one of the Space Marine players dropped out, but I mean, 50 minutes into the game, like I say, part of one of the things that I'm telling myself about the upload schedule is that even if the games aren't perfect and you're halfway through a cast, what I used to do was just basically stop the cast and start a new game and find something else. But no, if it's good enough, it's good enough. I've got to, go out and do more things and, stuff. And it was still exciting anyway. I quite like this. I mean, look at this aesthetic scene. Triple monoliths and a final stand by these Space Marines, backs against the wall. And what's not to love about that? Predator being taken over by the Lord Destroyer as well, so yeah, no, it's a wonderful picturesque scene going on down there. Look at that. Take a snapshot of that. Beautiful stuff. Anyway, so yeah, if you want to support the channel, £1 a month does get you one extra game a week on the old Patreons, and there's a Discord where fun things happen all the time. My name's been Mr. Landshark. Pleasure as always, never chore. I will see you in a bit. Peace.